Good evening. Sorry if I startled you. That's not something required by the contract. It is unnecessary. And I don't do anything unless I have to. Then again, sitting in the dark like this, waiting for you to arrive, I guess there was no real way around the concept. Your fear was unavoidable, unfortunately. But frightening you wasn't intentional. Neither was boring you with that endless small talk. Forgive me. I am not accustomed to these theatrics. Won't you take a seat? That way. We can get started. Thinking about making a run for the door. Do I have to remind you about the gun? I am very good shot. Of course. You're welcome to doubt that. To test it even. But I wouldn't recommend it. Thank you. Now you don't know me. You've never met me before. You certainly haven't heard of me before. But I know you. In a sense. See, you may have guessed it from the pistol. You may have not. But I am an assassin. A hitman, if you wish to use so vulgar a term. But I've always found that title to be so poorly refined. Anyone can be a hitman. Anyone can use a gun and shoot it at someone. But when I do it, it's not violence, it's art. Someone has hired me to kill you. I think you know who that person is. It was not for a small sum of money they had spent either. It never is when someone hires me. I don't work for cheap. Nor should I. I am an artist, like I said. A complete professional. I never make mistakes. I never flinch. Never hesitate. I never let my targets know I'm after them until they're already dead. Usually. See, this is operating out of my usual routine. But the client who hired me specifically requested that I make myself known to you. That I explain what's happening and why it's happening, which I'll get to shortly. Even if they hadn't asked for an explanation, I would have done so anyway to make up for this change in my usual procedure. It's what I do. It would be impolite to not do so. You see, typically, my targets get a quick, clean, painless death, free of fear. Obviously, that won't be the case this time. Now, before we start, I want to tell you this isn't personal. I know that saying is cliche. A line of dialogue Hollywood has run into the ground like so many other things. But in this case, it's the truth. I never knew you until I was hired to kill you. I'd never even seen your face until you stepped through the door. That, though, is your fault. It's your fault for wearing a mask. Your fault for deciding to target my client's business. Your fault for thinking you could do a thing to fix the city. Oh yes, I know all about your nightly outings. I mean, really, idealistic much? It was only a matter of time until the people you were targeting had enough. Only a matter of time till they went to the best to sort this mess out. And that's what they did. Did you think you were safe? Did you really think we wouldn't be able to find out your identity? You fool. It was never going to end well. It never does in this place. You should have seen it coming. Again, it's nothing personal. But in a way, it is. I wouldn't have taken this job without getting paid, of course. I don't kill... pro bono. But I think if I read the paper and seen that you'd been shot, I would have left. What makes you think you could do what you do? What makes you think you can stand against those more powerful than you and split in their faces? And what made you think it wouldn't end this way for you? This is insane. Perhaps a disorder of some kind. Maybe they'll diagnose it and put it on your gravestone. Or maybe it's just sheer stupidity. I thought the way you did once. I wasn't thinking of heading down the same career path as you. I've always had a knack for this sort of thing. But I thought I was a bit better than this city. That I could ignore its calling. I thought I wouldn't let it drag me down. Look how that turned out. This place. like a black hole. It sucks everyone down to its level. You either leave, die, or get corrupted. There is no fourth option. Of course, we can fight against it, kick and scream as much as we want, but eventually, it sucks us in. That's what happened to me. And that's what's about to happen to you. In a different fashion. I can see the judgment in your eyes. The look that says you think you're better than me. But look at it this way. I'm not the one about to die, am I? It's a shame. All that talent and skill you possess. You could have made an excellent assassin. Some of the skills you displayed, they never would have been caught on their own. You could have done this for years, and I doubt a single blade would have touched you. A single gunshot would have never ever grazed you. Perhaps that could be a point of pride for you before you go. After all, I don't compliment people very often. Why impressing me? It's rarer than a solar eclipse. So when I say you're the one of the best, I mean it. Truly. In fact, I am almost tempted to let you go. Just to see what you might do. But at the same time, I know I can't. It's not because of what you represent. After all, if you succeed, it'll mean I failed. Not only in my contract, but in my destiny. And we can't have that. And of course, it's also because of my reputation, see. If you were to escape, well, if I were to let you go, to be more accurate, it would be a blemish of my career, a stain on a perfect suit. And I cannot abide a stain. So I don't hesitate when I do this. Raising my pistol, squeezing the trigger. Already, I can see the thoughts in your eyes. Can I disarm them from where I am? It is possible. People have tried. Some have even gone close. But there's enough space between us that I'll be able to get 2 shots off, friend. And maybe you'll be able to dodge one of them. But both? No. It's unheard of. Which means your death is certain. The end is near. And I'd suggest making peace with whatever god you worship. Come to think of it, it's just as certain as the future of the city. Again, this is something my employer requested. But they wanted me to highlight the fact that once you're gone, this place is only going to get worse. There isn't any hope left. You are it. And you won't be here around much longer. Just so you know, your family is safe. The contract didn't say anything about then, nor my revealing your identity. My client wants you out of the way. That's it. Now, take a deep breath and accept what's coming. What the? How did I miss? Impossible. Do you have any idea how many people have been stood in that same spot? They have had my gun trained on them? I've never missed before. I shouldn't have missed now. The city is a cesspool. There's not a thing that can be done for it. This isn't just a fact. It's a universal truth. Yet somehow, you, the last representation of hope in this awful, awful place, somehow you survived. Could it be wrong? Was I wrong? I must be. But now you're holding the gun, and I'm the one at gunpoint. Perhaps the tables have finally turned. Perhaps the cracks are beginning to show. Perhaps the city has a bright future after all. It doesn't matter. Simply put, I have failed my mission. I have failed in my contract. And I won't live. I can't live knowing that that's the case. Do what you're gonna do. Fix what you're going to fix. It doesn't matter. Whatever hopeful world you create, it can't have a monster like me in it.